What is up, you guys? Gamble here, bringing you another Fortnite video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the new changes in settings for console players. Alright, so let's check out my settings. Right now I have my X sensitivity at 0.8 and my Y at 0.6. It's just always worked better for me. I don't feel the need to have the Y sensitivity any higher just because I feel like it throws me off more than anything. Targeting sensitivity 0.5, scope 5.5, just that's where I'm comfortable at. I've tried changing it a few times, but I always just go back to this. The controller building sensitivity. This is what's changing the game right now. I have mine set at 1.5, and with the 0.8 on the X sensitivity, it just seems to work better for me. I can throw up quick builds if I need to. If I get into a build fight, I can throw it up pretty quick, change directions very fast, get a one buy up very fast. And still, when I switch back to my weapon, I'm not sporadically everywhere. Safe zone at 1, I've never really changed that. I do have streamer mode on. There's really no purpose behind it other than just not wanting to get people's names that may have some kind of derogatory meaning to them in my YouTube videos. But heads up display scale. I've got mine at 0.8. If you back out, see my mini map's not quite as big as normal, and my weapons down at the bottom, if I had any, would show you they're a little smaller, and your health bar. It just helps me out because I don't want it taking up more room than it needs to. At 0.8, I'm comfortable with the size of it. It's big enough that I can actually see everything I need to see, but not so large that it takes up space and I can't see someone in the top right corner of my screen up here. Like somebody's. Go back in here. All right. Spectator count, I leave it on. I mean, I'm just curious who else watching me. Sprint by default, I recently changed that. I used to not have it on, but it's just worked out better for me recently. I mean, build fights, I have to keep clicking it while running, or I have to click it to start running up my ramps instead of just moving the thumbstick up. It made things a lot easier for me, and I've gotten used to it. I used to keep tapping it even though it wasn't working, so it kind of made me hesitate, and I got a little tired of that, so I took it back off. But I've turned it back on, and I've kind of stuck with it for a few weeks now, and I'm seeming to like it a lot better. It works out for me. Sprint cancels reloading. I turned that off. If I'm reloading my weapon, I want to get it reloaded so I can turn around and fire. Tap to search and interact. If you don't have this on, I highly suggest it. It's so much easier than just sitting there and holding on the X button to open a chest or to revive a teammate. You just tap it. That's it. Tap it and stand there. And it does all the work for you. It's a lot easier. Toggle targeting, I've always left that off. I put it on one time just to see what it did. And basically all it is you tap the trigger, or tap left trigger instead of holding it down to aim. But to take it back off, you have to tap it again. And it gets kind of annoying in the middle of a fight. You don't want to keep tapping it over and over. You just kind of want to hold it when you need it and let go. But especially on console, you have aim assist. That trigger pull helps you out a lot. Instead of just having it zoomed in the whole time, zoom back out, zoom back in, works out a lot better for you. Reset building choice, I just leave mine off. It really just never really made a difference to me. I just let the aim assist is going to help you out tremendously because you don't have a mouse and a keyboard, you have two joysticks. And that little bit of aim assist is going to pull you that much closer to shooting someone. Edit mode aim assist, I recently took that off. I had it on for the longest time just because I felt like it may help, but it kind of limits you on what you can do in editing, and it slows you down because you can't turn but so much. It kind of gets on my nerves, to be honest. So I turned it off, and I've been doing fine with it ever since. Turbo building, I highly suggest leaving this on. It makes things a lot easier in Builder Pro. Your building goes up a lot faster. You can just switch between each build, floors, ramps, walls, whatever. Makes things a lot easier. Auto material change, obviously you run out of materials you want it to change. You don't want to sit there and try to build with nothing when you have bricks and metal when you don't have wood. Controller auto run. It's just a convenience thing. I just leave it on. I use it occasionally. It's never... Allow cross-platform parties. It doesn't bother me any, so I leave it on. If for some reason you just have something against other platforms, you just turn it off. Auto open doors. I will never turn this feature on. I do not want to walk up to a door and it automatically open it and somebody's sitting behind it waiting on me to walk through. That is a terrible idea. If I want to open the door, I want to be able to hit the X button and open it. If not, I want to leave it shut. Auto pick up weapons. I'll again just leave that off. I don't want auto sort consumables to the right. I always put my shields, med kits, bandages, whatever, all the way to the right. Just how I've always played. I keep my weapons to the left, my shields and stuff to the right. And this feature just made things a lot easier. Just by as soon as I pick it up, go straight to the right. Builder Pro build immediately. This is another new feature that just came out in the update today. Honestly, I just played with it a little bit. I like it. It helps you. It takes a little getting used to. I will say that I've thrown up random walls in spots I didn't want the random walls up, but it will take some getting used to. But it is going to be a big game changer. Controller edit hold time. This is another new feature that's seriously helping us out when it comes to building. Typically, you have to hold B for, I think it's a couple seconds, like 2 or 3 seconds, to get it to edit. Now you can adjust that, and I've just adjusted it all the way down. It's almost instant. It's enough that it's not just toggling between. You still have to hold it, but it's just barely a little extra. I was going to change my edit button to either A or X with a new button mapping feature, but I decided not to, just because I'm so used to it over here. And since you can vibration, I leave mine on. Some people turn theirs off. I prefer it. I've always had it. Another personal preference thing. But I keep the record replays on just in case I run into something I want to run back and check on. Like, see what I did wrong in a build. See what I did wrong in a fight. See how the guy that's clearly much better than me killed me when I think he's cheating, but he's definitely not, and I just suck. Just one of those things. Brightness, I've got mine turned all the way up. I've always been big on like a high brightness. I don't like it very low. I feel like with like all the shadows and all in the game, all the darker skins, having it all the way up just makes it a little easier to see. I don't think I've even changed any of this, to be honest. It may be the same factory settings. If I have gone through, I don't remember. Colorblind mode. This is something I actually just changed today. I saw it in another streamer's video. I forget his name, or I would definitely include him in this. But it makes the colors more vibrant. And when you combat controls and build controls, as of right now, I left them standard just for the sole reason that I have an Xbox One Elite controller and I have the back 4 buttons mapped out. The bottom right is jump. The upper right is my reload, interact, all that good stuff. My bottom left is crouch, and my upper left is the left arrow to change between traps and your materials. And I've really just gotten used to those before this whole mapping system came out, but I just didn't see a point in changing it at this point. I will leave a link in the description to another guy's video. His name is Triple. He has a very good video for people that use a standard controller and keybinds for that, and if I were to use a standard controller, I would definitely go with the ones that he uses. I think he changed his jump to his right stick click, so you could just tap the stick in and you can jump and look both directions instead of having to leave the stick to hit A. And then his reload interact button is the left thumbstick. That way you can still keep your right thumb on the stick and look around while you're picking things up in case you're in a quick situation. Since my buttons are mapped to the back, I don't really run in that situation. But he has a very good video on it, and I'll definitely leave a link in the description for that. But see, this is what I'm talking about. I've got that button on the back of my controller to where I can switch this and still move. I don't have to sit here and stand still because my finger's not on the stick, it's over here, and get sniped out when I'm trying to change materials. I can just do it on the fly. That was so much faster. I'm really thrilled with this new update. This is exactly what we've been needing in the game. Because I would constantly screw this up. Fortnite, Epic Games, thank you guys for listening. We really, really appreciate it. This is exactly what console needed to compete. And I believe that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.